In the evening hours of August 2, 1968, a Cessna 180 takes off from a small airstrip in Jean, Nevada. At 9:25 p.m., a Clark County Sheriff's deputy on a motorcycle sees the plane flying much lower than it should be. He follows it as it speeds toward the landmark tower and watches as it pulls up just before it hits. However, it grazes the L sign on top of the tower and careens down into the Las Vegas Convention Center across the street. The pilot of the plane died on impact. Although there was a security guard, a maintenance worker, and a caterer inside the convention center at the time, none were injured. The plane had spilled gasoline onto the carpet of the meeting room it landed in, but luckily it did not ignite. The flight service station at McCarran Airport had no contact with the plane prior to the crash and were unsure of where it had come from. The investigation led to the plane's owner, Alan Little, who was a dealer at the Frontier Hotel. Little was alive and at work and had no idea the plane was missing from its hangar. He did, however, inform police that the plane was used to transport parachutists and that a man by the name of Everett Wayne Shaw was hired by him to pilot the trips. Shaw, a 39-year-old mechanic, had been married for just over 3 weeks when his wife decided she had made a mistake and they separated a week before the crash. Shaw left notes in his and his estranged wife's apartments indicating that he was going to end his life. His plan was to take his boss's plane and fly it into the landmark. Witnesses reported seeing the plane pull up just before the plane hit the landmark, indicating that Shaw may have changed his mind. However, the plane's wing clipped the L sign on the tower's roof, which caused Shaw to lose control and sent the plane down. While newspapers reported no damage had been done to the landmark and its sign, photographs taken after the incident show considerable damage to the sign. Debris from the sign was found on the tower's roof and the ground below. An urban myth surrounding this incident has persisted over the past 5 decades. The story goes something like this. Shaw's wife was cheating on him and told him she was leaving him for another man, so he decided to fly his plane into the landmark where she was working as a waitress that night in order to take her out with him. This myth is dependent on the fact that the landmark was open on the night of the crash. However, it wouldn't open its doors until a year later, and there was no one on the property at the time of the accident.